Hi everyone, this is Ty Williams. How everyone is doing today? I recently was thinking about doing the pool booking of AEW, and was about to do Kenny Omega, but I was in Twitter and I went up to my feed and I saw this interesting tweet from a former WWE wrestler, Maria, and she posted something that sparked my attention why wrestling sucks and why wrestling is not that popular. And I got her tweets down below if you want to check it out. But this what she wrote. WWE doesn't want to build new stars. They want to spike the ratings for a couple weeks to keep the investors and the network happy. What WWE doesn't seem to get is rating improve when people care about the stories that stars. Invest in talent. Spend the time building stars. Stop the laziness. So, what she was saying that made me want to talk about this topic of WWE and AEW situation. And she sparked my interest to do a video about this. And I understand what she is coming from. And I love her for that. I love Maria. And I feel like it's something about Maria that she knows what she is doing. And I like how she say her opinion very intelligent and very upfront and very smart, and she just say the most realist things when it comes to why WWE and AEW booking is not good. And the reason is the investor in the network. And I think the investor in the network is controlling what they put out there. Like, for instance, if the network is under Spike TV, and Spike TV want to see more nudity and classy women's doing all these risque scenes. I'm talking about Spike TV. And the show has to put nudity and scantily-clad women in their show. That's how the network is. Or the network telling the showrunners or the people who own a show, telling them, I don't want to see lots of racism in their shows. And that's how the network works, and especially in wrestling. And I feel like WWE and AEW is losing is they cannot be what they used to be in the past. And everything is different. Everything is very restricted. It's not like back in my day growing up in the 90s, we see Stone Cold Steve Austin beating up his boss Vince McMahon and drinking beers, flipping a finger at the crowd and cursing people out. And you have The Rock. He just, the stuff he say out of his mouth, and you got the DS, they all about sex and chaos and violent. it's not that no more here. And I feel like the problem with wrestling is that the network and investors doesn't want to see all of that stuff. And what I'm trying to say here is that we as wrestling fans want to see that relate to us, that get us connected. Like, I'm going to give you a sample. If anyone is a Kenny Omega fan, at that time, I was not really into wrestling like that till I have a friend that I met online, and she introduced me to this Kenny Omega's character, and she introduced him to me of who he is as a character. But what's interesting about him is that he got a very interesting storyline with Kota Ibushi and called the Golden Lovers. And it's something about that storyline that is so relatable and so connected to in human life, and about there are these two guys who was destined to face each other and who was destined to change the world with wrestling. Like, Kenny Omega is more of how to put this, like Kenny Omega is like the yang, and Kota Ibushi as the yin, like a yin yang, and both of them like black and white of how to change wrestling. And his storyline with Kota Ibushi, it makes sense of who he is as a character, as the leader of the Bullet Club. Like, he want to be the best. He want to beat Kota Ibushi before he could complete of who he is. But the story is incomplete. But what I'm saying is that Kenny is a type of person that relate to this generation. And this generation is all about video games and anime and you know what this young generation is into. They're not like the Stone Colds and the Steve Austins and the Rocks and Mick Foley and legendary names that I grew up. And now we are coming into this generation where time is changing. You see more women trying to find themselves, trying to find respect in the wrestling world. And you got some women want to be like Trish Stratus, be like Tori Wilson, be like Maria, be like Stacy Keibler, those sexy Vixens. And like, now you look at the Bella twins, you know, the Bella twins is the one that brings business and entertainment because of those women wrestler I named paid it away for them. And I feel that's why Maria say that tweet, because she's saying that there are different types of people who couldn't shine because of the investor and the networks. And the investor and network doesn't allow people to grow. people to expand. It's like wrestlers is stuck in their position as nothing. And I feel that's why John Moxley say it best, and John Moxley, known as Dean Ambrose in WWE, and he said in an interview that Vince McMahon doesn't allow him to do certain things, and that messes up his creativity, and that's why he left WWE, because he cannot be his authentic self, and he cannot grow and learn. Like, he's growing in WWE, but he's not learning to vet it, to level himself. And I feel that what he's saying was true. Look at Sasha Banks. Like, everything is so politics. Everything is so, like, the idea what we wrestling fans go by. And this person put out a very interesting tweet behind what Maria said. And this person, I don't know, I'm going to say it, Rico, and he said the demographics of WWE are 40 plus, so they still rely on recycled old talent to keep the produce relevant. Have no decent stable / factor is a killer. 2. Most known wrestlers are made from a factor like NWO, DS, the Three Horsemen, and etc., etc. And that is right. And I feel that the companies are older people who stick into the old school mindset and stick to what is right instead of being open-minded. And that's why people listen to Jim Cornette's show more. There are lots of people listen to Jim Cornette because they think like Jim Cornette when it comes to old school wrestling. And sometimes you could recycle storyline, but you gotta make it more of your own. Make it more original and unique. And that's why I said about the Kenny Omega and the Golden Lover story, is because he is the reason why I'm starting to watch wrestling again a bit more, because he is a good storyteller. You know, he's like a hidden diamond. The stuff I said about Kenny Omega, that's pure passion. That's pure, like telling you guys and telling the world, like, this is the Kenny Omega you don't see in America. I see it in Japan. And one thing about Japan is that Japan is very good at telling a story as well, and connected to the fans, and make us to watch about who gonna win and who gonna lose. Like, winnings matter and losing matter. And I feel like WWE and AEW felt that. Like, one thing about AEW, I said it before, they need to drop the rating system. Just drop it. And WWE needs to make championship matter. Make story angles matter. Make us believe again, instead of investors and networks telling you guys what to do. Just create something that make us be in the edge of our seat. Make us get into the matches. And that's the reason why I feel that AEW and WWE could be more passionate and connected with the fan. And I'm talking about fans and non-fans that doesn't know about WWE or AEW, like me, like a friend of mine. I never know about New Japan Pro Wrestling until a friend of mine introduced me to Kenny Omega and his story about Kota Ibushi and the Golden Lovers and the Bullet Club. And I get to the Bullet Club, and you got the Young Bucks, and Young Bucks got me into being elite, and I watched being elite here and there, but it's just like, since they are AEW, they've been busy a lot, and I don't sense the magic, you know. And I understand why Sasha Banks say that when she was in her hardest time. Like she said, I don't feel the magic, because I feel like everything was pure instant magic. Everything is like a chapter book, and a book that will make me talk about it to this day. And I feel that AEW and WWE can work together. You know, if Vince McMahon and Tony Khan work together as a crossover or as a team player, and to make the stars more interesting, that's magic, you know. And I do like to see like a crossover. Like I like to see a huge WWE invasion on AEW, or AEW have an invasion over there. And also I want to see more women wrestlers who know who they are as women and know what their strengths are, and know that if they are a woman manager, be that woman manager. Look at Vicky Guerrero. Okay, Vicky Guerrero is a boss. Love her or hate her, she is a boss, and she's a damn good manager. And she didn't hardly go in the ring. Okay, like she really hardly in the ring. She got that personality. That's the one thing about manager. If they are gold in the mic and got that personality to make people believe in them, sky's the limit. You know, as women wrestlers, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. Some of you women wrestlers need to work on your craft inside the ring. Train more inside the ring. Know the ropes inside the ring, okay? Be passionate about what you want in the ring. If you're not an athlete, if you're not capable of knowing the ropes inside the ring, and you cannot move correctly and doesn't know how to do it, it's best that you just be a manager, you know? Same thing as guys too. Like if a guy cannot wrestle inside the ring, well, they could do management and be a ref, you know? Same thing as referee Aubrey. She's good, you know. She's a woman. She's good. Lots of charisma. But I just caught off track. I just got caught off track. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel that we need something different, something new. that make people a wrestling fan and make us to fall in love in wrestling again, you know? So this is Ty Williams. Good day and goodbye.